Game is crazy. You know, you come out here 1 week, you look like a major champion. The next week, you look like a 25 handicapper from Crabapple, North Dakota. But
let's go, bro.
3 shots, 4 par, I just do 2, 1 putt, par 4, birdie, woohoo, new driver, info, replace, M2, par 5, fairway, what you fin do? Think I'll try to get on into, start right, good line, good view, it drew, shooter McGavin, 2 thumbs that's up high and 2 fingers pointed at you, pew pew, fairway to green, conk off that I'm playing. Sometimes these par 3 green look like an island, I plunge in and keep it on dry land, at least I might try, man, up with that 5 and might use the trap, man. I got a jet, man.
All right, guys, welcome to Nothing is Obi South Texas Golf Podcast, episode 142. Now today, from CSCHOEGOLF, I got my dude, Colin Schauneman. He's going to be on the show here. He is a Houston golf content creator. He is a golf extraordinaire, doing some great things out there at Melrose Golf Course there in the Houston area. He's teaching, he's training, he's creating content, he's doing some badass stuff. We're going to have him later on in the show. Let's go ahead and bring my dude, my co-host, Brucey, on to the show here.
Eagle putts and the birds dropped on the front. Swear I felt like I did what I want since then. Ain't really done.
Trying to bring him on. There he is right there.
Let's go. Let's get started, guys.
What's up, boy?
Man, just resting up over these past couple of days.
Dude, my dog, Rory. I've been working out to this dude. Rory Black-Roy, boy.
Tee it up. I've been jabbing out to that one. And then the greatest.
Hey, dude, shoot. We're thankful. We're thankful to my boy, thankful to my dog, Rory Black-Roy, for allowing us to use That's Golf Bro for our theme, for our anthem, for our intro to the show. Dude, hey, it was a great week, bro. It was a great week of golf out there in Houston.
Man, my body couldn't take it after all those days. I didn't think I was as old as I am. Man, my body was cramping up there.
As old as you look.
Sorry, there you go. As old as I look.
Dude, but it was I just trimmed just a little bit. It was a great week. It was a great week of Houston golf. Man, we played Wednesday out media day out at Highland Pines. Thursday, we played at Black Hawk Country Club. We came back home. Saturday, we took off to LIV-Houston, which we thought was pretty freaking badass. And
awesome.
and then we played Sunday out at Cinco Ranch, the golf club at Cinco Ranch.
Yep.
Boy, man. I'm kind of golfed out, bro. Before we kick things off here, though, the views or opinions expressed by the host and guest may or may not be shared by the sponsor supporters. Listen at your own discretion.
There you go.
Just in case for those kids at home. And we also want to thank our sponsors right here. We want to thank gold sponsor and FOREBROS member Brad Ishins with Metal Stacks. Metal Stacks is a precious metals collectors club. Make sure you hit up our boy Brad out at www.msbrad.com for more info on precious metals and collecting. Also, you can reach out to Brad at 210-274-5894 and text Nothing is Obi to Brad to help you out to getting some of that extra cash, a little bit of financial stability, and just, hey, you got some extra money to burn. You want to put some money away for later. This is a great thing to invest in, and you can help them invest in gold bars, silver, coins, all types of stuff. Brad's got some great stuff out there, and Brad will not do you wrong. I trust Brad, so you should too. Also, all right, we also want to thank our presenting sponsor, FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again. If you don't have a home, FOREBROS Tour has a home for you. Make sure you hit us up on UG, that is Unknown Golf, and also FOREBROS Tour on Facebook for schedule, events, and results. Never golf alone again. Also, FOREBROS Tour doesn't take any fees. Every dollar you put in, you have every chance to win. Thank you to our sponsors. We cannot do this show without them. All right, Brucey, let's get back right here. Okay, so let's go do a little recap right here. Houston golf, okay? Everything started off with Highland Pines. What did you think? How did Houston golf treat you just to kick things off?
Man, the hospitality at Highland Pines, they just took care of us. And then meeting all the guys you've known already, like Art and all those guys, man, again, just being a part of that, of that networking group now. And it was just so awesome, man. It's just top tier, man. Top tier. The course was even better. The course was just.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay, I don't want to ruin it.
Don't say it. I will say it for you. That course was the greens are 100% laser zoysia, and it is the only course that has that hunt from tee to green. It was beautiful. You don't think you're in Houston. It's in the Pines. Man, it was great. It was great. Some great hospitality. And also thank you to our boy Rafik Sanford. He hooked us up out there at Black Hawk Country Club. It was another great track. Dude, Chingos of Water, bro.
Dude,
Chingos of Water.
I mean, I'm not surprised I didn't lose as many balls as I thought I was. But that course was amazing. I was like, man, like I hadn't played a nice course like that in a long time. And you lied. You
lied. You lied on your Snapchat about me.
Oh yeah.
You said you beat me on the back nine.
Yeah, I didn't lie, Andy. I didn't lie, dude. But...
Well, we'll ask Colin about this. See what his thoughts are. We'll see what his thoughts are. We had a couple of thoughts in regards to pops, gimmies, right? And we'll see what Colin's thoughts are, because Colin's like a legit golfer. I mean, he
looks legit, man. He looks like
he looks legit. He looks like a golfer. What does a golfer look like? So we don't look like golfers, is what you're trying to say.
Well, we're trying to identify golfers, right? You can't even identify. Golfers.
Under Colin's Instagram, it says he identifies as a golfer.
A golfer. The golfer.
The golfer. So, all right. Okay. So we had a great media day, came back for a day back here to San Antonio, and then we made our way back up for a great time with the boys. Thank you to our guys, Mike Ayala, Mike Osman, our boy Ken, who's the super out at the Hyatt. Leo, all the Camarillos. Oh, yeah. We had a freaking badass time. Saw our boy Jay-Z out there, Jordan Zapata, Maya. We didn't get to see him because that Houston heat, man, it was getting people left and right. Guys were flying off like they were like flies, right?
I think John Rahm gave out because of the heat, but
bro, he had a bunion, bro. He's got a bunion.
A bunion.
You know what? It didn't stop my grandma from whipping my ass, you know. so I don't know why it stops John Rahm's ass from playing out there in Houston and playing in the U.S. Open. A lot of golf stuff going on. It was,
bro.
What were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on LIV-Houston?
Dude, let's get started, bro. Dude, so because I've been talking to all my family, and I talked to the wife as soon as I got back.
Yeah, we know you are the Mexicano. You have like Chingote family. I mean, like gente all over the place.
I had to call each one of them and give them the 401, bro. Because all of them were just saying, dude, how do you do it, bro? Like, how are you golfing all these days? But anyways, dude. So
you mean that was your wife? That was your wife.
Oh yeah, that was.
Guys, just in case you're wondering, Colin is backstage and he's waiting for us and he's listening to all this. Well, just for those of y'all out there that if you've never watched the show, Arnold has like a give and take. He can only golf like certain days, and then he's got to let his wife get her hair done or her nails done, or like go have like zerts and margs, with the girls, so he can go out there and play 9 holes. All right,
it's called Happy Wife, Happy Life, Andy. That's what it's called, bro. And she's looking at me right now, so stop.
Sorry. Okay, sorry, Esther. We love you.
No, I'm just kidding. Nah, dude. So back to LIV, bro. Like again, so the good thing about it too is that it didn't start so early, right? They
12:15. It didn't start till 12:15. Later in the day.
Right. So because of the limited golfers, right? But
shotgun start.
See, that's what I'm trying to get at, is that like, dude, like that's so awesome. And then, dude, as soon as you walk in, you could just feel the vibe, bro. Everybody's just so loose. Everybody's having fun. The music, the crowds, the drinks, like not your typical little I don't know what you want to call them, concession stands. Like they were like just real cool, man. Just like your guard just went down as soon as you walk in through that gate. Your guard just went down, and you were just like, hey, like I could do this. It felt like going into like an open door club. Like basically is what I felt like, going into an open, just like the music just going and stuff like that.
Swingers club.
I don't know about all that. That's for after hours. Pineapples here, bro.
Upside down pineapples.
Yeah, dude. And then as soon as we're walking in, the fireworks, right, started going off. The freaking the parachuters, whatever you want to call them, started coming down. I mean, just awesome vibe, man. If it wasn't for that heat, that was the only thing that got me, was the heat, man. Yep.
Well, I mean, the heat is one thing. I like the way we kept it. We stayed really within holes 1 and 18. I have no idea what the hell is on the other side of that bridge, right?
I was just going to say that,
hopefully Colin goes into depth and detail in regards to the Golf Club of Houston. He's got some good history in regards to the Golf Club of Houston. But I mean, the heat was pounding. But being a Texas high school football coach, born and raised in this heat, born and raised in this heat, like I mean, I'm sorry, but I could golf in that weather. I mean,
Oh, dude.
I did need something to drink. Don't get me freaking
Yeah.
wrong. It was nice. I have to say, my pros were being a lot more up and close to the players. It was badass to see AK chip in right there at 18, right?
At 18.
To chip in at 8. No.
One.
Chip in at
One.
1. I'm sorry. To chip in at 1. One of our boys, said, hey, Girl Dad, he turned and said, what's up? To see our dog, Abe, San Antonio's own, by way of Mexico, by way of the Valley, to see Abraham answer. That was pretty badass. And it seemed like the volunteers were a little bit more friendly, a little bit more loose. And I thought the press, in my view from the press, I thought it was a little bit more inviting, right? A little bit more inviting. It was a different type of crowd. It wasn't your same old like Art Strickland's being in there, right? It was a little bit more diverse group. I got to meet Country Club adjacent. Got to meet Jake Adams and those guys. And hey, I'm not gonna lie, they just chilled in there because I think they were gassed too, bro. It was freaking hot. It was hot, but Jake Adams was pretty badass. I asked to take a picture with him, and he was really cool. He said he asked me about my week, and I mean, just hey, hoping I had a good time. And so, again, just real down to earth. And so I was really thankful for that. And I thought the LIV media, the social media coordinators, and the media representatives were pretty nice, inviting. Gave me a little swag bag, little shaving kit, little shaving kit, little toe T-shirt. So from that, little Gouda, a little sandwich, a little Gouda, right? Little Dijon, right? Hey, Dijon, right? Dijon mustard.
Yeah, the Dijon mustard was like was a secret sauce in there, man.
Hey, and so you know what? From that point of view, it was pretty good. We did have to see the cart girls, because there were like constantly restock the drink because man, anytime these cart girls, and it was just kind of like being out there on the golf course, they were posting up between 18 and 1, and man, they were getting slammed. Everything was being sold, waters, Powerades, beer, everything. I mean, everything. And you know what? The beer prices were only $7. $7 for a beer.
Bad, bro. I remember like Valero was expensive, like $13, $14 for a beer. Like, I don't drink beer, right?
We know you don't drink beer.
Yeah. But no, man, like and thanks to Mike Osman got me into those high noons. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. They were going down pretty good, man.
Yeah, because you're acting cool, and everybody knows that you're just not the cool guy. So and I think those are some big pros, right? Those are some big pros. We did see a lot of people.
I mean, can you really call out any one or two cons that you had?
I would say is I did have trouble initially, with my media pass, making my way to the media tent. And I know Colin's going to speak a little bit more on, he's got a different point of view. And that's why I really wanted to bring him in, is that, with the security, it seemed like there was just a little bit of confusion. There was a little bit of confusion. I'm not trying to dog him or talk shit. Right there, I'm looking at some of these comments I'll bring out here, is that, they almost didn't let me in regards to having the media pass, right? They didn't allow me to get to the media. They had to bring in a supervisor. They had to double check my credentials. And, then they allowed me to go and get my pass, right? And so I think that was one thing that was a little bit, confusing on the security's end. But other than that, man, hey, it was almost like a wham, bam, thank you, man. We went in a little bit before 12:15. The way, hey, AC/DC, thunder. Like, I love the way, like, they just boom hit it.
They're like so modern, right? Like, it was so modern and so.
And I think those are some of the things that we do. We listen to music out there when we're playing, we're jamming, and then next thing you know, it was already over. Right? It was already over because we're used to being at the Valero Open to where we're there from early, like we got to get there early, 8 a.m. And then we leave like at 6, 7 p.m. The shuttling. And so it was nice to see free parking. So those are some of the things that I would say were positives, negatives. A lot of people were dropping like flies. I saw, at Houston, at Escosita, a lot of the, the first responders, hey, they were earning their money out there, right? Like they were on call, they were alert. So before we get to Colin here, let's go ahead and bring out a couple of these comments right here. All right, Alfonso Campa, vibe was great. Downsides were the heat. Some stands ran out of food. Drinks were warm. Prices were a little higher than expected. All right, right here we got Mike Ayala, one of our boys. The high nooners in 105-degree heat. Weather was nasty work. Ooh, they went down. Pineapple boy. Them pineapples are going down. Right here, Robert Vasquez, GM of Gateway Hills. Andy and Arnold, what's up, my brother? He's gave us 4 rounds that we're going to be giving away as an early Father's Day gift right here tonight. All you got to do is comment to be eligible. Okay, and Steve Chavez from Chingos Golf, past record from VTO, following you, bro. Oy, Colin knows a little bit about that. I don't think we need to go back there. I'm a changed man. And Paul Sharp, probably a height limit on media passes.
Ooh, Paul. That's deep, bro.
You threw him off a bit. Well, hey, thank God, Paul. Like I always tell my kids in football, guys, I can never go high. Only go low, baby. So we chop them down. We chop them down. But overall, I thought our Houston experience was awesome. We had a badass time at Cinco Ranch. Again, you know what? I had a lot of guys pissed off at me because I was responsible for trying to secure some golf. We couldn't play until about 11 o'clock.
Because it's hard accompanying with like a lot of people, because you're like, everybody's undecisive on like where we gonna play at, how much is the green fees? Hey, I don't like this tee time, I don't like that tee time, but I don't like that course. It's like by the time
some divas, bro. We got some divas in the FOREBROS. You know we do.
I thought girls were bad, man.
Oh, dude, horrible right here. Oh, John Bluck right here. Sounds like a great time. John, a badass time was had. It was great. You know what? I don't think I changed much. I don't think I changed much. You know, it was a great time being with bros. Texas Roadhouse. Hey, Texas Roadhouse. I'd never had Texas Roadhouse.
Bro, that cinnamon butter went hard, huh?
It's okay. Just give me the regular butter. Just give me the regular butter. Give me that Texas. What is it? The Texas steak? I don't know.
The Fort Worth ribeye. Fort Worth.
There you go. Fort Worth ribeye. Damn, that's probably the only thing I like from Fort Worth.
You like 4 baskets of rolls?
3.5.
Okay, 3.5. Sorry. You left 2 behind.
2 behind, but overall, I'd give the grade that we had for our Houston trip. I'd give it an A minus, and I think the minus was just playing a little bit later in the day on that Houston was tough, man. That Monday was tough though. I cannot lie, it was a tough Monday.
Dehydrated, sore,
butthole was hurting.
No,
hey.
Don't ever go to sleep in a truck in a car full of guys, right?
That Bucky's hit hard though, boy.
Oh, dude, that club sandwich at Bucky's. Hey, Mike Ayala, thank you for the letting me know about that, man. And just that spicy mayo was kind of a little spicy for me, man. But that sandwich was way better than the brisket sandwiches. I'll give you that for sure, man.
Right here, our dog Allen, Texas Roadhouse was started in Kentucky or some other state. Hey, but it was a great name. Great name. Texas Roadhouse right there. Steve Chavez, Swamp Ass. All right, guys.
Wow.
Oh, it was Swamp Ass right here. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and bring on our dude. Let's bring him on from CSCHOEGOLF, Houston zone. Hopefully I say it correctly. I got Colin Shanaman right here. Let's bring him on.
Hey, you got it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Did I get it? Hey, Colin, thanks so much for being on the show, brother.
Absolutely. Excited to be here.
All right, dude. All right, bro. So tell us, man. All right. So before we get into your story, before we get into your thoughts on the game of golf and where it's at right now, tell us what was your LIV-Houston experience? Because and if you could give us just a little bit of your backstory in regards to some of your tour experiences.
Well, so I worked at caddied out there at Golf Club of Houston back in the day when it was Redstone. Before the name changed and everything. It was quite a while ago, but got in a lot of rounds, probably 2 rounds a day most days. So I know that course like the back of my hand, really. I played it a bunch of times the past few years, hundreds of times probably. And also watched the Shell Houston Open out there every year, attended most years it was out there. So really familiar with the course and how I've seen the PGA operate out there anyway.
So I know your people were saying, and I was even talking to one of the assistant pros of how tough of a track that Golf Club of Houston. I mean, there's 2 courses out there. I know there's the members course, and then there's the tournament course. Which one did they play?
That's the tournament course that you see on TV nowadays. Back in the day, it was on the members course, but yeah, that's the tournament course.
So they were telling me, the assistant pro was telling me that, I mean, she was a little thing. She was telling me that she hadn't even broke into the 80s over there. And I said, I don't know if you're in the right line of work. I don't know if you're on the right line of work, but I guess if you could grade for those, what's your handicap?
I'm about a 9 right now.
We're gonna get real personal real quick, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, those are some things those are like the things for a golfer. Like, what's your, for everybody else, what's your religion? What's your
Mhm.
what's your your sexual whatever, right? And so you know what? So being a 9 handicap, how would you say it plays? I guess for like the everyday hat golfer, because I like to tell everybody a 10. Freddie thinks I'm a 7, but I mean, so tell us, how the course you think, if you could grade it from a 9 handicap.
Well, first of all, there's always wind out there on that course. Always a tough breeze, no matter what. Um, that makes it difficult. It's already a long course, no matter what tees you play from. And then, just like any course, you don't really know unless you go out there and see it, the undulation around the greens and how hard those shots are. So, yeah, I mean, um, I don't know if I've ever broken 80 out there from any tees, really. So it's even well, maybe once or twice when I was back in the day, but it's definitely tough and long.
So, what did you think? What were your thoughts? So being pretty familiar with that golf course and the Shell Open, what were your thoughts on LIV-Houston? And lay it out for us, because I know you were telling me, you were kind of venting to me on Instagram.
Yeah. Well, so I live about 15 minutes from there. I'm sorry. And I left my house at 11 o'clock in the morning I thought that would I maybe get there right as it was starting, walking in possibly is kind of what I was planning. And I got to Beltway 8 and Wilson right there, right kind of outside the club about 11:15, but I didn't park until almost 12:45. And I don't really understand the reason for that. They had everybody circling around out there and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, so that was frustrating, because I was excited about the parking. I thought it would be nice for a change instead of having to do the shuttle, but people were hopping out of their cars, cussing and visibly and audibly frustrated about that. So that sets it off to a bad start for a lot of people, unfortunately. But then as we're walking in, I got my 18-year-old son with me. It's his first golf event of any kind, and he's not a huge golf fan, but he's starting to get interested in it. So you hear the and you see all the team stuff, and you start to get excited. It gets you pumped up, and we got to the gate there, and I heard you mention security. One guy was just handing everybody bracelets, and then another lady came up and said, hey, you got to put these on. And they started arguing about that, and it turned into a big thing. And yeah, it seemed like it was way more difficult than it had to be at the security thing. But you get in, and we had sweet tickets out on the 17th hole, which y'all said y'all only hung around 1 and 18. So the rest of the courses,
we didn't make our way past the bridge. It was kind of like, it was like a no. It was kind of like enchanted. Like we can't cross over there.
Well, you're smart. It's a long walk over there, and it's hard to get around and everything. But that 17th hole, the 16th and 17th, they had suites as well. Those are really cool holes. But we got over there, like I said, left the house at 11. I think we finally got to the suite at 1, and by then there were no cold drinks left. Unfortunately, they were bringing out drinks nonstop, but they just weren't cold. They didn't have time to get cold. And I was just trying to get water or Powerade, but the same was true of the high noons and the alcohol and everything too. And that's in our suite. And by about 2, I think they were out of food. They kept saying it'd be 15 or 30 minutes to get more food, and none never came out. So for what you pay for those suites, you expect a little bit better service in that regard, I think. And in my opinion, they didn't do a good job of letting you know what you were getting with those suites, because I thought we would get a seat or a reserved seat or a table or something, but it was just a free for all in there, and it was like way overcrowded. Yeah, which I didn't. Go ahead.
Go for it, brother. Go for it, brother. Go for it.
Well, just they didn't make that clear. If they would make that clear, I understand. So I went out and walked around a little bit after that. And one of the awesome things I'll agree with you is how up and close and personal you get with these guys. Like, I watched Brooks for a few holes, and there's like maybe 100, 200 people watching them. And I was right there, if he was at a PGA event, I feel like you wouldn't be able to get near him. So that part is really cool, getting to hear them talking, and a lot more laid back atmosphere. But especially once you get out there further in the course, the concessions seem to be less and less. And, you know, if you get all the way on that back corner, I don't know, you're a couple miles away from the parking lot and everything, probably, at least, and maybe a mile from the main concession area. So I heard volunteers telling me that, you know, I agree with you. If you're from Texas, you know, this heat's not a joke. You can't play with it. You have to, you know, take care of yourself in that regard. But there was elderly people just getting stuck out there. And like you guys said, I saw the Atascocita volunteers out there earning their money, or, you know, so thanks for that.
Yeah, and that was probably like one of the toughest things that, you know, we said, hey, maybe not. It's like, we'd love for them to come back to Houston, but maybe just not during this time. And I think, you know what, we try to we don't want to give anybody a pass, but as you look at, and, you know, being somebody who's attended the Houston Open for a good while, and for us, you know, for Buck and I, you know, we've attended the VTO several years. I mean, they have it down on how to run a tournament. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, but these are institutions that, you know, the Texas Open, you know, the Texas Open's been around for over 60 years, over 50, 60 years. The Houston Open, same. It's been around a while. Like, these are people who know how to do it. And unfortunately, LIV is the one that, you know, they get these people that they might have been interns, or they might have had some role, or they might have been event or party planners. It's like Arnold. Arnold sells Tupperware. So I think Arnold could have probably come in there.
It's Avon.
Yeah, Avon. He could have came in there, and he probably could have done a little bit better job. And it seems like, you know what, those are some of the things that maybe they are lacking in that regards, in regards to, you know, every little detail, the logistics, the line items, you know, and having food properly, you know, and getting a proper catering company. Cause that's one thing we see at the VTO. Hey man, these people are churning. Hey man, they're, you know, at the prime rib gets down a little bit, boom, there's in with another one. Right. And so I think maybe those are some of the things that, if this does continue, does it get better the following year or the next event?
Well, you would think it would get better, right? Because, like, again, I mean, do you think the VTO was like this when it first started? I mean, there was some growing pains, and I think it's just going to get better. So, I mean, if these are just little things that we were kind of like talking bad about, I mean, I think that once that gets ironed out, I really don't see an issue with LIV events, or especially down here. My opinion.
No, definitely. That's what I hope, that they can get those few things ironed out, because it's awesome to have, you know, a PGA event and a LIV event. The different atmospheres, something different for everybody. So you know.
Yeah, and so as we look at those things, you know, it like Freddie said right there, is that there's all these growing pains right here. We got some great comments right here. Alfonso Campa right here. Birdie Shack was a bust. All right, you know, we got right here. Great points. It was all new. Allen, Texas Open first played in 1922 out there at, you know, at Brackenridge, right? So that kind of just tells you what, you know, the lineage, right? And, you know, at the years at these tournaments right there. Yep. Right there. There we go. At Brack, right? AW Tillinghast course right there. You know what? And so merch tent was good. Alfonso Campo merch tent was good, decent prices. And and you know what? You can say that, right? Decent prices and limited items. But again, you know, LIV is a little bit smaller in regards to their lineup. And that's one thing I did like that they have some name brands, and that was pretty cool. And I hope they come back to Houston. I hope they do it in a, you know, a different part of the year where it's a little bit cooler, maybe September, October,
spring or in fall, like just
something of that nature. And how did you think? We had previously in the past couple of weeks, we had on a good buddy of ours who's a Texas golf journalist, Art Strickland, and he was curious to see how the Houston crowd and the Houston people responded, because this is the fourth, you know, Houston golf tournament. You had the champions out there. You had the PGA. You had Nelly Corda winning, you know, her fifth straight LPGA event out there. How did you think the Houston crowd or the city really responded with it being like the fifth freaking, you know, golf event?
From my point of view, I know I knew people that were out there volunteering Friday, and the crowds were kind of pretty low. But then Saturday, I think everybody was kind of shocked by the traffic and the crowds pouring in. And from what I've seen, Liv seems to do really well as far as attendance overseas, but I haven't seen huge attendance here. Not that I would call that huge attendance, but I was surprised by how many people were out, especially with the heat and everything.
So right here, I got Paul Sharp. Any possibility San Antonio would host a live event? Okay. Paul, we're going to put this question on ice. I had a little birdie reach out to me. I inquired about something, and I don't know if I could divulge the information I got today, but I will kind of touch on this towards the end of the show. Freddie, make sure you mark it down.
I'm writing it down right now.
Okay,
bro,
right there. Put a big star.
Because I want to know too.
We're going to touch on this. I couldn't tell you because I know you again, he's got a lot of family, a lot of familia out there, and you tell everybody. So I couldn't tell you just yet. All right. So thank you, Colin, for giving us your insight, because, we know there's two sides to every story, and we want to see more, right? I mean, golf is hot right now, and we want more, we want more of everything. So why don't you kind of just give us just a little bit of your backstory on why the game and how the game has become just such a big part of your life?
Sure. So been playing kind of my whole life. I started when I was 8 or 9 playing with my dad, and then started taking it a little more seriously, got into junior golf around Houston, played in high school, but wasn't taken very seriously in school, like by anyone at our high school. So I just kind of got out of it as I got older and found my way back, and worked at a course in Conroe called River Plantation. After working as a caddy at Golf Club of Houston, then worked my way up to assistant pro there and help people, improve at the game. And really what got me back into golf at that point, a few years before that, was I had a bad depressive episode, and I was having trouble just doing daily things. And what got me back into doing my daily life was hitting like 500 golf balls a day. So that got me back into it and turned to assistant pro, but I didn't have the support from the club or anything, getting paid minimum wage, basically trying to do the PGA, tour, or not the tour, to get your card for an instruction. Just wasn't the right time in my life. So I kind of got out of golf again. And then the past few years, that was probably about 10 years ago. The past few years, I've just been trying to kind of find a way to get into the golf community here in Houston, and a way to, give back to the game and help grow it.
That's awesome. You're on mute.
I think you're doing that in the content you're creating. I'm over here like burping and farting, and I didn't want it to come up on there. And I'm breathing hard, like my wife says, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just excited," and so I think you're doing that in the content you're creating on Instagram, right? With CSCHOEGOLF. I think you're doing that. I feel like it's not like every golfer's Instagram, and I think that's the thing. I mean, there's so many, and we talked about it off air. There's so many Instagram, YouTube golfers out there, and I think there is a place for all of us, right? There's a place for all of us, and just like some YouTube golfers and some professional golfers and some people on golf courses, they're not for everybody, right? And I think you're doing it. You're showing. We talked about the style. We talked about what golfers look nowadays, and so why don't you kind of just speak a little bit about some of the great things you're doing out at Melrose?
Yeah, so about a year ago, I got involved out at Melrose. Just kind of went out and played in one of their events. I played out there as a kid. A lot of people you talk to around Houston learned to play golf out there many, many years ago. It's been open since 1969, and it had kind of fallen on harder times. But Tony's been running it for a while now, and the past year or two, he's really turned a corner out there and brought it back to its former glory. And it's just a great little 18-hole par 3, right north of Houston, and it's a special place, man. And it's got the most incredible community of people that love this game. A lot of them only play out there at this little course, and you have to have a special skill set to play out there. It's really interesting, but Tony, I was lucky enough, he gave me the opportunity to give lessons out there, and recently redid their website, and just trying to help get some more eyes on this amazing place. So it's a great place to be able to have the opportunity to give back to the game.
And I think that's huge, is having somewhere that you love, right? And that wants you. And I think that's a big thing. And it's just, I've seen it with the love that's being shared for a course. I've seen it in San Diego with John Ashworth and Matt Janella, that they put their heart and soul in being, for John Ashworth being proprietary owner of Goat Hill out there in Oceanside. And it's a 44, I mean, I think tipped out, it might be 4,700 yards, 8 par threes. And it's just a beauty of a course. And it's just got so much light and so much love. And I'm going to try right here. Remember, guys, 44-year-old man trying to run this right here. I'm going to bring out your the website, the great website that you created from Melrose. And it seems like y'all have that same love that you're displaying and showing to others, and having everybody make it not just it's not just Tony's, or not just, since you're helping out with the events there, not just, it seems like it's a home for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big group of regulars out there that are always out there playing, but I mean, I run into people from all over the country that find it on Golf Now or whatever it is, and I'm kind of apprehensive. What do you think about the course? But everyone loves it. 99. There's always that one complainer out there, but almost everybody has the same thing to say: what a special place it is, how welcoming everyone is, and there's a game for everyone out there. If you want to play for money, you just want to play for fun, you just want to go walk around with the guys out there and get away from the workday or whatever. It's got something for everybody.
I love that. The biggest little old course in Texas. Oh man, I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
Freddie needs that. He needs a little course for him.
Yeah, because par threes are long for me, man. So,
so why don't you tell us, Colin, just about some of the things that you have on the horizon over there? I know we talked about being the president of the Houston chapter of the Random Golf Club, and why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about that? Because I told you I was going to tell you my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
And why don't you tell us, just for those people that might not know what the RGC is, the Random Golf Club is?
Sure. Their mission is to make the world's largest, most inclusive country club. They have an apparel brand and everything as well, but they have an app essentially where golfers can get together and play, is the idea behind it. And everywhere golf is growing so much right now. We got such a great golf community here with all these awesome brands and everything behind me. And we've been talking, and there's just so much potential for something here. Nobody was running the Houston chapter, so I jumped in and trying to get that going and making Melrose the headquarters for the Houston chapter.
Nice.
So for people that don't know, this is Eric Anders' baby, right? And why don't you explain an event to us? Because I've heard things from different sides, explain to having an event out there in Houston or being out at a golf course would be for those who have never or don't know much about the Random Golf Club.
Well, their big thing is the Mad Scramble, which they're kicking off that tour right now. They go around the country doing these huge scrambles where everyone kind of mobs the golf course. They descend on the golf course in huge groups, and that's their big thing. But there's all kinds of different events. Like, we're going to be doing a bi-weekly unlimited range session. That's like a 2-hour range session to come out, meet the people at Melrose, try to mix and mingle the golfing community here in Houston with the Random Golf Club community, and just keep growing Melrose and the game.
Nice.
And I think that's super important, right? Because from what I've experienced is that, from people tell me is like, oh, you're paying money just to go and play, like, I guess 2 or 3 holes with like 16 to 20 dudes, like every hole or whatever. And then you're just kind of trying to, like, I guess, that experience and meet other like-minded dudes, for, I guess, like maybe like, 3 or 4 holes. And I don't know. And so that's just kind of something I'm like, I don't know, but there's a different type of golf for everybody.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
See, and what I want Colin to talk about is in that I was reading on your profile was, remember we were talking about it earlier, was a whole mental health thing, and I mean because it hits people differently. So I don't know if you could just go a little bit more into detail, like I mean why, I mean how mental health goes in with golf on the pros and cons and all that other good stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, it's something I've struggled with my whole adult life. Um, and as I'm sure y'all are aware, Grayson Murray was very open about that recently. Passed away, and I was at my son's graduation and read that news, and that was really like he was a hero of mine. He's somebody I looked up to. I've been describing it to people as, you see if somebody had cancer, and he seemed like if this was cancer we're talking about, it seemed like he had beaten it. And then all of a sudden he's gone. So it's very hard to wrap your head around, kind of. But it's something I've struggled with in daily life. But I've realized I've been down to about a 2 handicap before, and the thing that keeps me from getting there right now is the mental side of it. I mean, this can affect every part of our lives, but in this crazy game we're playing, after I think when you get below maybe a 15 to a 10, it starts to become 90 to 95% mental. So for me, it's the biggest part of my game. I have the physical part of it down. It's like we were talking about earlier, clearing the mind, letting yourself hit that putt, letting yourself hit that shot, and not thinking about the next one to the last one.
Well, and I think not everybody can say that they followed Grayson Murray, right? I mean, not everybody can say that, but I can say I followed him because I played Mizuno clubs, right? And if you're, it is, you always try to follow your brand guys, right? I mean, in Mizuno, as hey, nothing feels like a Mizuno, even though not a lot of people play it. You follow him, Keith Mitchell, you follow Luke Donald, you follow those guys that are the brand guys, and so that I think that's one thing that and not only is just I'm not going to say was he just one of those golfers in like the 100 to 120 range. No, I mean it was just he was a golfer that's had some success, won on tour, and like he stated, like hey, he's the kind of one of the poster childs for having dealt with some of alcoholism and having beaten some of these beaten some of those demons. And if you could explain to us, like, I guess, like, what is the game of golf? I mean, the game of golf and really sports in general, the power of sports, the power of golf. I mean, it's gotten, you talked to me about it yesterday, that it kind of, it's taken you, out of a dark area. And what is it about the game that has really kind of brought you back to earth?
Well, I hope, maybe my hope is that people can find something like I do with golf. It's life. They're connected so much with me. Like you hear, there's a bunch of cliche things like you get a bad break off of a good shot and all those things. And to me, I mean, they're so intertwined, golf and life, that I can't see how people don't see it. But yeah, I mean, I was in a dark spot, and I don't know what even made me think to go back to golf, but it was something I was just able to kind of get out there. And Ben Hogan said the secret's in the dirt, and I was able to just get out there and just take the frustrations out, just forget about it. I mean, when you're out there on the golf course, if you're lucky enough, you can forget about work, you can forget about the bad things, whatever it is you need to let go of, and focus on this shot right now. And like I said, if you're lucky enough, that's what you're out there doing when you're playing golf.
I love that. Freddie always jots down notes because he doesn't know anything about golf.
The good one was the
secret is in the dirt. I wrote that one. Secret is in the dirt. All right. So tell me, what type of golfer are you? Because I already know what type of golfer I am in, and I already know what type of golfer Buck is.
Oh wow! All right.
I'm streaky. I mean, I could break 80, or I could be pushing 90. So, especially when I'm not practicing and playing. When I'm here, a few months ago, I was spending hours a day practicing and playing and starting to break 80 regularly. But I think that's just how this game is. I'm getting to where I'm trying not to expect anything when I go out there and just enjoy myself. But I'm fairly long off the tee. Got a decent short game. The in between kind of messes with me, but
Okay. So right here we got some, and I'm always curious because I always say several things that I say in regards to my golf game. I said, hey, Goonies never say die. So I'm like, hey, like, Shaq, I ain't never out of it. You know what I mean? Like,
oh
like,
yeah,
like mama might have raised a hoe, but I ain't no bitch, you know?
Yeah.
And so right here, Sergio Avendano, and Sergio is one of these great individuals. You know, he's a civilian now. You know, he's in the military, veteran, and he does a lot of work for PGA Hope, and he always gives back. Like there's some of these dudes that never give back. This is a man that gives back to his brothers and sisters. Golf is moments in time where nothing in life matters except for the shot you're about to hit. It's the escape from everyday life.
Ooh, powerful, man. Powerful.
And thank you, Sergio. Thank you for what he does. Because man, this dude is a rock star for freaking PGA Hope here, and not just in San Antonio. Man, he does Houston, he does Austin, he does. Man, this guy is all over the place, just helping his brothers and sisters right here. And I got Paul Sharp right here as well. Great comment. Great question, Andy. Well, it was really Arnold. Arnold had the question about the mental health. Freddie, excellent info to share with young athletes of all sports. Because I know he's got a young golfer in his house. I mean, really has got a grown ass man in his house right there. Like a 12, 13-year-old grown ass man in his house right there. But and Alan right here. Alan, my game is like a stormtrooper. Rarely hit it where I'm aiming. Pew 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 pew. And then right here we got another comment right here. Joshua Gordon Miller. I don't even keep score anymore. I just love to play. And you know what?
Hey, that's my brother-in-law. What's up, Josh?
There you
What's
go.
up, Josh?
And I think there's a different type of golf for everybody. And I think that's one thing that we're talking about. You're doing some great things in regards to social media. You have a contest going on right now with one of our boys, one of our supporters, guy who makes our hats, Freddie.
Yep.
Show it off, Freddie. Right there, FOREBROS hat. You're doing a contest in regards to social media with our boy Mark Villagomez from Oakberry Golf. Why don't you kind of speak on that?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually I watched your episode where you had Mark on a while back, and I believe he shouted me out. We had just kind of started getting together and working together on the course. Lucky enough to hook up with him and become friends and do a few things together. So I partnered up with him on this giveaway, trying to grow my Instagram followers at 1,000 followers. We're almost there. Going to give away a little Oakberry Seashore Golf pack with few items in there. It's really popular items. The stuff always sells out, like we were talking about earlier. So this is a great way to snag some of the stuff there might not be any left of.
Yep. Good stuff, man.
So right here, so you see it right here in the giveaway. This Melrose, the Melrose logo right here was designed by our man Colin right here, and I'm rocking some of this great merch right here. Let me see if I can bring it on myself right there. Okay, hey. Right here. You even break 100, bro. Freddie barely broke 100 this past week, 97 Cinco Ranch. And right here, the Mulligan hat. Oakberry Golf, Mark Villagomez. Man, this dude's a freaking rock star. He's currently in the process of creating the Nothing is OB golf hat right here. One of the best dudes out there, one of the best people. So make sure you follow our boy, follow Colin at, let's see right here. Colin, give it to us.
At Seashore Golf.
There we go. Seashore Golf right there. You can see it right there on the bottom left-hand portion of his screen right there. So we can, hey, let's get him to those 1,000 followers right here. Yes. Mark gives me all of these. It was a double XL. It was an XL. Now I'm at a large. So, hey.
Dang.
You know, there you
go. Was up, it's working, huh?
I'm chopping it down. We got a lot of shirts. So we got a lot of shirts we're going to be giving out today as well. Early Father's Day gift. All right. So, Colin, got a couple of things that Freddie and I were talking about. What are your thoughts on gimme putts?
Yeah, man. And I will explain that.
Well, I mean, maybe like a foot. A foot is a gimme, maybe.
Yeah. But
are you playing for money?
Who initiates, Colin? Who initiates? Do you initiate it on hole one? Or do you just kind of like start it whenever you want? Like I've always wondered that. Do you call it before, or do you just say, "Hey, now go ahead and pick up the ball like on hole 5," and then from there on it just starts.
I mean, I've seen it both ways. If you're playing for money, I like to get the ground rules first. But if you're out there playing and you just say, "Hey, pick that one up," I mean, I'm not a pro, and I'm not really ever playing for big money, so I'm not that big on the rules.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not what he wanted to hear. That's not what he wanted to hear, Colin.
Because I know Andy, so Andy won't he'll give me some little putts here and there if we're like not playing on the FOREBROS events.
It's all about gamesmanship.
Right. It is. But when it's coming down to where it's real crucial, and I'm thinking he's gonna give it to me, and then he'll be like, "Nah, hey, I didn't say give me, put it out." And I'm like, "Bro, you've been giving it to me all day, and now you're gonna make me put it out on hole 17 when we're like getting close to getting close to you."
You must be winning at that point. You're trying to get some strokes back.
But going back to mental, Colin, it's a mental strategy because he starts playing with my emotions, starts playing with my head.
But he's easy. He's easy to keep him on a string right here. And I think this young lady right here is related to you right here. We got Julianne Showman right here. Shaman, Julianne Shaman right here. I want to see it go in. Well, I mean, hey,
she gets mad out there at Melrose. They play if it's inside the leather, pick it up. That's the rule out there. And I told her that, and she's like, "No, you got to make it. You got to make it." That's my wife.
Right here, Alan, right here. Dangerous comment in this group. Yeah, I want to see it go in. Yes, we all do. That's what I say. Keep the lights on. Keep the lights on, please. Right there. And right here, Paul Sharp. I give one early and never give another one. Ooh,
that's a good one. That's a good move.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we also again being out there on the golf course, you don't want to be out there forever. You hate slow play. So another thing we always say it's a pace of play initiative, right? If you're already hitting bogey, and if it's a skins game, right? What is a bogey going to win? Probably right. Probably nothing, right? A double bogey, even worse, triple. I mean, we're going to be there all day. I mean, Freddie puts 4-putt constantly. So it's like, hey, he's putting he has a 1-footer for bogey, and he's taking like a minute over it. And we're like, bro, just pick it up. I already wrote you down for a double. Like, I mean, just pick it up.
I'm all about improving pace of play. So,
yep.
All right.
See, this guy's harsh, man. He plays that mental game is, I think to him, I'm going to have PTSD, bro. Like, I swear, bro.
Okay. So in regards to that, he's all about conspiracy theories too, right? So we're driving on the way up to Houston, and we have a veteran in our vehicle, right? And one of our good friends. And Freddie says he believes a lot of the conspiracy theories. And he said, "Do you believe the conspiracy theory that PTSD is not real?"
Wow, Andy, you gonna call me?
You said that, did you not? I mean, you said that.
No, I said if it's not real, if you didn't go overseas, is what I said.
Okay, there you go. But I said, but you know what? We're arguing that you can have PTSD over anything.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue that that's probably some of the roughest stuff, and anything a lot of people here would be going through. That's not that is nothing in comparison. But yeah, I think it's all relative.
Yeah, right. like Freddie has PTSD over missing 1-foot putts.
I do, bro. That's why I panic, bro, and I stay there. I'm like stuck, dude. Like I'm like seriously stuck. But, sorry, that's another.
Lately, I've had a thing where I'm standing over. I'll hit a 300+ yard drive, and I've shanked a lot of the wedge shots after that. Like have less than 100 yards, and the last time I played golf, actually, I hit like a 320-yard drive, and then I could not shake it. I'm going to shank this, and I did. I shanked it right in the water.
Yeah.
See, it happens like that. You have to get those. You have to get those thoughts, and it's hard. That's why if I see water right, I said, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna left pull.
Left.
I'm gonna left pull. Hey, I'm gonna hit it way left, be in the other fairway, right?
Like, do you talk to yourself, Colin? Like, do you tell yourself happy thoughts? Like you're gonna get a good shot. I heard
Happy Gilmore, happy place.
Yeah, I mean, until recently, it was hard for me to get positive with myself on the golf course. But lately, I've been able to. It's been talking myself through my routine and my shots has helped a lot, and seeing the positive and not thinking about the negative.
Yeah, good vibes.
Well, good. Freddie needs all the advice he can get.
Yeah. I'm the opposite. I'm the one that like nobody even can bring my game down. I bring my own game down. That's how bad I am.
Oh, me too. I mean,
So Colin, you do right here, Chris Pena. I talk to myself also.
I heard it's not bad talking to yourself. It's bad if you answer yourself.
No, but that's what he does. He he responds to himself, and he has an argument with himself. Like he's like,
The third person.
I don't know why you did that. I don't, like he has like a full like conversation with himself, and that's why he's laughing, right?
Oh,
all right,
dude.
So Colin, as you do some instructing, you instruct some junior golfers, you instruct other golfers out there in Melrose. What would you say is maybe the best advice that either that someone has given you, or that maybe it's kind of like your go-to, right? I mean, I have to say, for me, being a coach, I'm not a big X's and O's guys. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I have to work harder at that, but I like to think I'm kind of like a rah-rah guy, and hey, it's me versus the world, right? Us versus them. What would you say is maybe like one of your go-tos that you give to your students, or maybe that some people gave to you?
One thing you see with people, one of the most common things I see is people even think that they're supposed to be hitting the ground first and not the ball. So that's one thing I always kind of just start off trying to understand people's perception and where they're thinking from. But the other thing is, most people swing so hard. You see people swinging so hard, and golf looks easy when you're proficient at it. A good golfer makes it look easy, but it's far from easy. So people think they're just going to get up there and swing as hard as they can and hit the ball, when the biggest thing I'll tell people is just, let's just slow down and work on the basics. Really just, shorten the backswing and keep it smooth. Don't, one of the biggest things I say is, we're not trying to make a hit. We're trying to make a swing and let the ball get in the way. So everyone gets focused on that impact instead of the swing.
There we go. Hey, we got it.
Got a hit. Got to make swing.
Freddie likes it when golf instructors go from behind him and you put their hands and say it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. All right, Colin, what's your favorite course that you have out there in Houston?
Highland Pines, man. Lately, that one hard to beat. You feel like you're transported somewhere far from Houston when you go.
What did I tell you? Thank you. See, I'm not lying. I mean,
he was telling me that, Colin. He was telling me on the way up. He was like, "Bro, you're gonna feel like if you're not in Texas, like you're just surrounded by pines and everything. Like you're just like, nah, this is not Texas. I'm in Georgia. I'm in Kentucky or somewhere. You know what I mean?"
And I haven't been out there since, but we had some weather, and the whole course was underwater, and it sounds like it rebounded good already. So
yeah,
dude, that's crazy. Like we were out there for media day on Wednesday, and we're out there checking out the new clubhouse. Dude, it's like a freaking, I said it last week's show. It's like a freaking Elks Lodge, dude. There's all these trophies. There's
like
freaking elk. There's elk. There's boars out there, man. There's bears. Like, damn, lions, tigers, and bears. Like, it's just
all these fish.
It's crazy out there, and it's great. It's great to hear that. I love when somebody says it's a course that I've played before. Oh, Wildcat. I mean, Wildcat. Alan said Wildcat. Yeah, the two courses out there, Highlands. Right? What is it? Highlands and what else? Is it the lakes?
I believe.
The lakes. Yeah, the lakes and Highlands. That's that. I mean, they're nice tracks. But I do think the new baby, the pretty baby, like John Montag said out there, it's Highland Pines right now, and it has recovered amazing. I mean, it freaking rained. We're out there for an hour and a half rain delay. I mean,
somebody jumped up high with one of those little lightning and thunders.
Dude, we're out there on the fourth hole, and freaking lightning hit super close to us. Like one of the golfers we were playing with, as he was in his backswing, man, he threw the club up in the air, and me, like my ear was ringing all day from how freaking loud it was. So I mean, like,
give up.
Oh no, like
where our balls are at, and we took out to the clubhouse.
I don't mess with lightning out there.
Well, and somebody goes, well, you're playing graphite club, so you know what? I wouldn't be worried about the lightning hitting you. And I'm over here like, oh, okay, really?
Hey, Colin, let me ask you, Colin, because I'm looking at your cap and it says Trill Golf. And when we were in Houston, I wanted to tell the guys I wanted to go try Trill Burgers. and I've never had it. Have you had it? And if you have had it,
No,
what's your take on it?
no, I've wanted to. I wanted to go because they had like a live meetup there. I think I wanted to try to go to that, but I couldn't. But no, I don't live that close to it, and it's always, from what I've seen, like crazy line. I don't wait in crazy lines for food, man, or anything
Yeah.
really. So
Man, I wanted to try it so bad, but you're right. From where we were at, from where we were staying, it was a little bit downtown, so it would have been
mhm.
a little bit down there, and I said that for the wait. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
hear it's really good though.
Hey, there you go. You heard it right there, Colin. Colin, man, thank you so much for being on the show tonight, dude. We appreciate you letting us in, telling us a little bit about your story. You know it, your highs, your lows, the things you've overcome, and giving inspiration out there for our viewers. Because I mean, we do talk a lot of shit, but at the end of the day, you know what? Golfers are different now, and it's our sanctuary. And I think you really made a great point in that. How people kind of can get lost out there and can get it all back, right? And can get themselves back in a great position. And I love how you support. You're all about that H-Town. I'm all about those H-Town finest. You support all the local brands. And, we want to be able to do that same thing back for you and for guys like Mark out there. And thank you so much for being on the show, brother. We appreciate
yeah, man. Thank you, Colin, so much, man.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for letting me come on and talk about it.
All right, brother.
That 1,000 followers.
Yeah. You have a good night, brother.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Dude, that's our man, Colin.
Bro, good dude, bro. I like having these good dudes on that are not just giving like so much to golf, but giving back to the community, giving back to the younger generation. That's just awesome. That's always pretty good stories, man.
Well, and I think that's one thing that we've talked about. Thank you guys right here. We got right here. Great guest, Steven Chavez, Chico's Golf. Great guest. Thanks, Chris Pena. Thank you. Great. Again, Colin's just one of those good dudes out there. And we've talked about it in shows past. In the golf industry, there's two types of people, right? There's only two types of people. You're a giver or you're a taker, right? You're either a giver or a taker. There's no in between. I guess the only in between is just straight consumer, right? Yep. And if you're on that industry side, and it seems like Colin is one of these guys that is the giver, is a giver, and he gives back to his community, gives back to his people. He pours into those people around him. And so it's great to see that, because man, it's tough out there. Golf's getting more expensive.
Dude.
The golfer looks different. There's more people out there. And we talked about it. One of the things as we kind of come to the end of the show right here, that I wanted to bring up, and you saw me post on SA Golfers earlier, is about the Palmer course, man.
Yep.
We got courses closing.
Dude, I never played that course, Andy. I'm so bummed out. I never played it, man.
Oh man, I'm glad you haven't. This makes me feel like I have a one up over you.
Do you know what scared me was they always told me you had blind fairways and all this other stuff.
Chingo the blind fairways, dude, and blind shots. Gorgeous course though, dude. I was on my way to Choices over there, and man, I passed by it, going all the way down Babcock, and I was like, dude, I pulled over to the side of the road, and I had to take a picture of it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude, you can see it. You can see it from. You can see it from La Cantera's, resort course.
Yeah.
And you're just like, dude, like, this is just, it's sad because you can kind of see the old fairways. You can see the old holes. You can see the Tower Bell, right? That on 18, from 18 tee box, there's, the Tower Bell. And that was kind of like your aiming point. Hey, aim for the Tower Bell. That's where, or you want to aim just inside of the Tower Bell. Yeah. That's where the fairway is, because it was a huge drop off. It's 18T was here, that Tower Bell. And then there was a huge drop off. I mean, there was just huge drop off. And then there was like freaking 20 bunkers surrounding the damn green right in front of the clubhouse there. And it was like immaculate clubhouse. I mean, it was elegant. It was freaking chandeliers. I mean, this pro shop was just amazing. Right. And, I never really did well on that hole. I think the best score there I got is a par. And we got some comments right here. Let's see right here. We got some comments. Let's bring up those comments. Oh, right here. Okay, right there. Paul Ledesma. Great story from the guest. Yes, Paul. Man, miss you, Paul. Yes, right here. Dude, let's chip in and open it back up. Paula Desma, I miss Pecan Valley. That
Which
is
was
of
Pecan
course,
Valley?
Pecan Valley. That's right there off of Pecan Valley, but
Oh, okay.
by south side.
Now it's a trail,
And
right? Is it a trail now or
no,
park?
there's a park outside of it, right? And the thing
Mm.
is, it still hasn't been it's untouched. It's untouched, dude. I'm like, dude, this Pecan Valley hosted a major, bro. It hosted a freaking major. And it's sad. It's sad right there.
What about the
Right
one
here.
like in Converse, man? Like, what was that one?
But the
Do you
one in
remember that one, Eddie?
oh, what do you in Converse
Yeah, like Foster by Foster and like
on
said,
Foster Road?
man, they
Help me
just
out,
got-
guys.
Anybody want to chime in on that?
Well, I know I know there's the one right there off of 35. That one was Northcliffe, and that was the one that Dave Roberts used to run. And
Yes,
man, like
I remember that one.
I love that
Yeah,
course.
I had read like an article that San Antonio was posting up that they were going to turn it into some, like some kind of. Sorry, man. I should have gotten some more notes on it, but I just know that supposedly back in the day was a golf course
Right here.
on Foster Road.
Robert Vasquez right there, the great GM out at Gateway Hills Golf Course out at Lackland Air Force Base. Golf is very affordable depending the management.
Ooh,
Man, and I think I mean right here, Robert, thank you, because Robert given us 4 rounds to give away today, early Father's Day gift. If guys, all you had to do was just chime in, because we're gonna chime in, we're gonna do the wheel just so we can make sure we do it fair, and we're gonna give out 2 at a time. We're gonna give out 2 rounds of golf, courtesy of Bo LaHue out at Golf Club of Texas and Robert Vasquez from Gateway Hills. Thank you so much. And hey, both those guys, man, they got monsters of course, right? They're some of the courses that are up and coming. Gateway Hills. It is a little tough to get into. I don't like to tell people. I hate how freaking Robert's constantly on there talking about the great conditions, because it is. Gateway Hill is a freaking beast of a course in regards to it's a beauty and a beast, because it's in great shape right now. Robert's created a great customer service, great atmosphere when you walk in through the door. The grill's back on, baby. And so, you know what? It's great that you have guys like Robert.
Promotion he had made up about the heat, about like
I know $28,
right?
$28,
Dude,
$28 to play out there. Damn, and it's just the course is just it's a beast, man. It is right there. I got Alan again right here. That wasn't bad. LOL. Just a few blind shots. I liked it better than the resort course.
Wow.
I kind of did too, Alan. I'm with you there. Like it was just in great shape. I love, you had several holes that you had to take it over the water. You had to play it. And I think that's one thing that we love about golf once we kind of get a little bit used to a course, is that we love how when a course is a little quirky, a little challenging. Right here, we got Josh. The resort course should have gone. Oh, no, don't say that, Josh. Don't say that right here. Chris Pena. Bummer. I've never played Palmer, and I was a greenskeeper at Palmer before it opened. Chris, how were you a greenskeeper and you never played? Oh, dude, that sucks, bro. That's like being a cook at a buffet that you never get to eat at. Oh, right here. Okay, Mike Osman right here. Taking orders for merch from Trump National DC. I told you I wanted a golf ball, Mike. Golf ball.
You didn't see the golf marker that I gave him? It's got like Trump's face on there. That's pretty cool, man.
Sounds badass right here. Here we go. Sergio Avendano right here. Gateway is the best deal in golf right now. Great course and even better people. Dude, awesome. I second that, dude. Gosh, man, the deal, the course, the shape. I love that not everybody can get on base. So that's one thing that I do love about it. But a lot more people are heading, making their way out there.
Not that bad.
Robert, the man in the house. Best conditions in town right now out of Lackland. No shit. No lie.
Everybody knows it.
Okay. Mike Osman, hat and shirt. Ooh. Ooh, Josh.
The Republic.
Let's bring back the Republic. You know what? I wasn't a big fan of the Republic, dude. It was another
I had to play
Foresight.
that one time.
It was a Foresight golf course. I thought it was super slopey. Tough conditions. Luckily enough, they had a lot of golf tournaments over there, so I was able to play it a lot.
I think Josh used to work there, I think, or something.
There we go. Andy, what's the driving range that closed on 1604? Rattlesnake. There we go. Rattlesnake. I thought it was Diamondback. I thought that's what the name of it was.
It's still a snake, though, right?
yeah. But see, it was badass. The one that was, and we talk about the range that used to be there. It's right to the left of Santikos, or what is it?
Silverado or Casablanca?
Silverado. There you go. Yeah, right
That's
next to
Silverado.
Silverado's, to the left of it, right on the other side of the mortuary. That's there. It was just a little shack. It was just a little shack. You hit, everything was up top, and it was just everything was down. Like the range was down. It was pretty badass, because for UTSA, when you're a kinesiology major, you had to take those 1 hour damn courses, right? I know you took them, because I know you took like the dancing, the salsa, merengue, and tango class when you were in college.
Hey, dude, I remember playing Alamo, man. Like when I first moved to San Antonio.
Dude, that's where Robert was at.
For real?
That's where Robert was at.
He was there when I showed up, man. That was like 2015.
That's where Robert was at.
14.
Okay, Alan, do you think it's Woodland, the one out there on Foster Road? It was pretty deep out there, right?
I think so, man. Or Lakeway, or
no, it's Wood Lake. Wood Lake.
I
think that might be it, man.
Yeah, you see, so was that a golf course before?
Yes, it was, and I think you're right. It's East Side, right? I guess Foster's kind of East Side.
Could have to pass through it sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, I got to play it when it was a Golf Now, and it was $13, bro.
Nah.
$13, dude. I remember I got in a shitload of trouble, right? So we went out there. It was me, Jake, my boy Zach, and I think Jake's brother-in-law Jason. And so we went out there, and we drove up to what we thought was a clubhouse. Well, it was no longer the clubhouse, because they foreclosed on that property. Ooh. So they had a little trailer. It was a little, like, literally a mobile home. I think even the ones that Mike runs and that Mike sets companies up. It's Mike Ayala, like not even, it was worse than a mobile mini. It was like, I mean, I live at home in a trailer. Like it was something like that, like 8 Mile style.
Dang.
And we were waiting on golf carts. We were out there waiting for about an hour for golf carts. But bro, it was $13 a person. And I think they were closing they were closing the next day, bro. They were closing the next day. And we're like, hell no, we're getting our money in, right?
Yeah.
Well, you see, I mean, the course was beat to shit. And you see what type of course that, like the potential and the layout that it had. And it had like these old school little like cabanas that were all along like the 18th hole, right? Where they used to have, and you could tell, I mean, they were all beat to crap, but you could tell like, man, like this used to be like a badass course and setup.
Yeah.
And it was a PGA Tour stop. And dude, and it was just, it's disheartening to see. Again, it's all about the owners, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was
going back to Houston golf, man. What was I didn't even ask you this, but what was your take on Cinco Ranch? I mean, like for what the price was and for the way that like it was, like what was your honesty giveaway? Like were you like, man, I would definitely do it again, or be like, I don't know about 97 or like,
Cinco Ranch was badass. I mean, it was just hot as hell. Right. Yeah. Cinco Ranch right out there in Katy was badass. It had a lot of water. The greens were in decent shape. I couldn't make a birdie to save my life. And I kind of fell apart. I mean, hey, we were at the tail end of a freaking long ass week of golf.
Bro, that one hole with all like the sand traps around it.
I mean, hey, and dude, I had trouble getting out of I
saw that. I was on 18 birdies. I was like, what? Andy got a 7? Wow.
I got a 7 a couple times and I still shot an 84, I think. I got 2 triples and I still shot an 84.
I saw a couple of 7s and I didn't shoot no 84.
It was great. It was a great course, great track, a lot of water. And you know, it made it a little bit challenging. You have to really know the course because I think it was on hole 14, 13 or 13 or 14. Man, you had Isaac and you had Isaac smash driver. I mean, smash driver on the left side. And then, you know, I mean, I don't smash driver, but I hit a good drive just a little bit to the right of his. Well, shoot, I'm 97 yards out and I'm clear. Well, he ends up rolling into the freaking lake.
Yep.
You know, into water. And so I think that's a course that I would love to play again, knowing, you know, having a little bit more course knowledge. But
that's because I was even using 18 birdies, but I didn't use it to my advantage just to know myself. Like, hey, I don't hit it past 250 or 300 because there's water right there, so you lay off a little bit. That happened to me twice.
So right here we have Allen right here. Wood Lake was in Converse. That's probably it. North Cliff was in shirts. Yep. It's affordable housing now. You know what that means? Section 8 housing. Section 8 housing.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome! And I need those free rounds at Lackland. Well, hey, you commented, boy, so you're gonna be up for it.
You're in the wheel.
There you go. Efrain Izquierda, EJ. Thank you, Robert Vasquez, Chris Espinosa. Robert is the man. Chris, hey, Chris, he's gone pro. Hey guys, make sure guys you hit up my boy. Support Chris Espinosa. He's making a run at it. All right, Chris, we're always pulling for you, brother. Thank you so much for always supporting, dude. Hey, giving a good run.
Wasn't the one with the lake cat? Was it?
No,
that was another guy. Oh, okay.
No. Stop, Freddie. Don't know nobody.
Sorry.
Right here.
Mental.
Let's hear Steve Chavez. Don't worry, Cedar is coming back, baby, and it looks nice. And I think we've had Ruben Cadavale, director of marketing, on the show, and you've had a lot of people chime in. I'm just going to repeat what a lot of people have said.
Don't forget. Remember, I still have.
I know. Yes, I know the question. Let's finish out these comments.
Okay.
I think the big thing a lot of people are concerned with Cedar is we see all the problems 2 or 3 years later that Almost is having. And I think a lot of people are really concerned and worried about, are we going to see another Almost basin to where you let the greens go to crap? Got a new superintendent over there, and it's on the up and up. It is, but they got some temporary greens. And I think that's kind of like one of the biggest things on, in everybody's mind is Cedar going to have go through those same issues? You hear Ruben said when we had him on the show that they're still learning. Well, I mean, how long does it freaking take to learn your course, right? And so we're hoping, I'm really hoping Cedar gets back to being one of those qualifying courses, how it was previously, and for the U.S. Open. Yep. And so I'm excited about that.
Yep.
Okay, right here.
A little far out there for me, but
right here. Alan, Woodlake hosted the Texas Open in the 70s. Okay, here we go. All right. Chris Espinosa right here. Last comment right there. I'm going to read, guys. Appreciate it, guys. And thank you to every. There you go. Right here. Bracken Almost had issues after renovations.
Yep.
They did, Alan. You're right there.
Dang.
Ooh. Oh, there you go. Look, Paul Sharp playing Almost Sunday for the first time. Does it suck? There's 2 holes. 2 and 15 have temporary greens, Paul. 2 and 15 have temporary greens, but from what I hear, the greens are coming back, baby. Everything else is green out there, and they're coming back.
There's some more rain coming in the forecast too. So
I know. And so I'm thankful for that. All right, guys. Big question, Freddie. Let's see if I can come back to it right here. Right here. Man, I hope I don't get in trouble right here. Let's bring it up right here. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and bring it up, Freddie. Bring up the question. Talk about it.
Okay, so the question was, somebody had brought up was, hey, what about a LIV event in San Antonio? And then we said, hey, put it on ice. Let's get back to it. We'll come back to it. So here we go.
Okay, and it was from Paul Sharp. Great question, Paul.
Any possibility?
I got a Oakberry. Don't worry, it's pretty big size, plus size shirt right here. Any possibility San Antonio would host a LIV event? I can't tell you. I can't tell you the course. I cannot tell you the course. But I just so happened to inquire with somebody pretty predominant in the golf game here in San Antonio at their facility, and they told me that they submitted and they have contacted and they were put in contact with the right people at a LIV, and they've thrown it out there. It's a great facility, one of the top 3 courses in San Antonio, and they've thrown it out there to the people at LIV and Greg Norman's people, and it is potentially on the table that San Antonio will have a LIV event in 2025.
Ooh,
it's on there. Now the ball has been placed on LIV side, but and I'm going to give you a hint right here. It's a course that has a lot of potential to host a huge golf event.
How's the parking?
I can't tell you that.
Come on, dude.
I'll tell you. You know what? Because you're my co-host, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you off air.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you off air. Right here. Look. Oh, okay. We got a couple of places right here. Look right there, Steve Chavez. Okay, guys. Oh, Oh. Let me just put him on here. Ephraim.
And no, Steve, it's not going to be Cedar.
Steve, Waste Management. Like it would be Rowdy. Waste Management has nothing on our raza. Well, all I know is they don't allow people here in San Antonio to act like Waste Management. I know. Remember, I've left in cuffs. Chris Benny. Nombre. Yeah. Alan, Cordillera, TPC or Bricks? Maybe. Who knows? All right, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We're gonna take everybody's name. We're gonna put you on the wheel, and then we'll kind of tag you if we can. Man, we got all kinds of stuff right here. Also, right here, I want to thank our guys out at Aguas Golf. All right, they have a great Father's Day package, guys. I'm going to go ahead, guys. I'm going to give one of y'all one of these Father's Day packages. So it's important. The winner of this tonight, I need your size so we can try to get it in before Father's Day as a polo. It's a towel. It's a hat. It's a ball marker, tees, koozies, stickers, todo. Thank you to the guys at Aguas Golf for taking care of me. All right. So we got some hats. I got an umbrella package from the South Texas PGA. We got Go Big Golf. We got a Stanley. We got all types of stuff. Alan, Paul Ledesma Large. Oh, you know what, Paul? I already got you. Thank you, Paul. Awesome show, brother. Thank you so much, Paul, for your support, man. We appreciate it. Ephraim, got a large for you too, bro. Don't worry. Hey, we got, okay. All right. We need to cut it. We need to cut it right here, guys. But thank you so much for your support, guys. Please hit up my boy at CSCHOEGOLF. That's on Instagram. One of the good dudes out here in Texas, giving back to the golf community, man. And we love to see. Hey, guys, make sure you be well. Freddie, any parting shots, brother?
Yeah, man, dude. I'm not golf associated, man, but I would like to give shout out to people around me. My cousin was going to be sparring one of the top fighters tomorrow here in San Antonio, so I want to show him some love. I want to be there to support, and then I'll be going off to that part 3 out there at Oak Valley. Can't wait for that. And just thank you, man, for everybody who chimes in, everybody who supports us. Like, again, man, this is a passion of ours, and we love just coming out here and doing our thing. But, again, we do it just to keep people entertained and everything, man. But other than that, that's all I got right now.
I guess my last parting shot here is that I really wanted to say big ups to several of our the people who've been guests of the show that have graduated UTSA and that are going on to giving a good shot at the pros. To Cameron Carillon, she had a start at the Espen Tour. To David Harrison, who's going to be playing in he's in Canada right now. I think he's playing in PGA Canada. And also to one of our former guests, Hunter Bott, who played out of UTSA, and he's going to be making a full go out in the PGA Americas Tour. And so I really wanted to give them some well wishes, and hey, keep making us proud. And you got San Antonio and you got Texas behind y'all. All right, guys, remember,
awesome.
Freddie, hit it.
In the game of life, nothing is OB.
I thought you were going to say, remember.
I was taking I took yours, bro.
Okay, my bad. All right, guys, we're working on Freddie's sign off. Freddie's got a sign off for y'all.
Yeah, so it's remember, guys, buy low, sell high. Mic drop. Sorry, dude.
Like ramen. Not talking noodles, I'm talking about John, man. And Gary Woodland, stripes up with Travis Fulton, got me striping like Dustin Johnson. 59 watchdog, the way that I'm playing. Hope that it is God's plan, look like a God plan. Ain't dropped the shot, man. Soon as I say that, my ball dropping the sand. I should stop playing. The front nine was lit, the back nine was shh. I birdied the second, the fifth, and the sixth. I doubled the 10th, 18th, Carter the trip. Ain't that a bitch?
That's golf, bro.
Eagle putts and the birds dropped on the front. Swear I felt like I did what I want. Since then, ain't really done nothing.
Hey, that's golf, bro.
Put that ball in the water and I thought it would skip it. Fit check up too fast and I thought it would skip it. Fit go past the flag and I thought it would sit. I come ready with excuses, boy, I'm a quit. Not really sure why I started this here. I can't think of nothing harder than this. And the hours I hit, I get darker than this. Stay on the range till them targets get hit. Don't even drink with that barf and get hit. Couldn't wait for the 19, just carded a trip. And I start with a fit, now I'm down to a sip.